I'm not sure if you can hear me, so I'm just going to get my instruments together to begin the sound journey as people start to come on. So I'm just going to wait and see if you can hear me. Hey Nairi. Hi Pam. Can you actually hear me, ladies? Okay, thanks Danica. So while I'm just waiting for people to jump on, because as usual I've done this last minute, can you all feel into your beautiful hearts and just take a couple of deep breaths and just become clear on what your intention is for today, because I'll take you on a beautiful sound journey and we can bring your intentions in. And for any of you that would like to share it, I'd love to read what your intentions are if you're comfortable sharing that, and I can bring them in with the sound journey as well, and working with the beautiful Akashic Masters, any angels that come through or ascended beings. We can have some yummy time together, all of us together, because it's been a while. I've been in Nepal, so I've got some yumminess to share with you. So let's just start in our heart space and just take a couple of really deep breaths. And just feel your big, beautiful hearts and feel the magnitude of your hearts and how far the light of your heart actually extends out to the universe. Feel how the light of your heart reaches and touches so many. And if your heart had a song, what would it be? What would the song of your heart sing to you right now? So in that space between breaths, allow the song to emerge. Thanks, Nairi. That's a beautiful intention, to release that which no longer serves and be open to joy. And calm, well, you said healing, so that's beautiful. I'm going to just take you through some tones, and for any of you that would like to join me, we'll start with some ohms and then some tones together. Please do join me. Take a full deep breath. Feel your belly rise and your ribcage open and expand with the life force. This is attuned to the solfeggio frequency of the heart. I'm reading your beautiful intentions. Keep writing them. They're absolutely beautiful. Michelle, hello, honey. It's been a while. Jade, hi, gorgeous. Tess, Pam, such beautiful intentions. Thank you. Okay, so let's take a deep breath and breathe this beautiful tone into our heart center. So we're working with the upper heart and the human heart here. Yep, so the upper heart, if you're working with chakras, is often a beautiful turquoise blue. You'll see the Native Americans wear that here. And often also a rose pink. So depending on your beliefs, both are magnificent. and the human heart, this heart chakra here. So that sits just here, and the upper heart is here. That's like a beautiful green colour, but let it be whatever it comes for you, yeah? Okay, so I put my phone on. Hang on a minute, let me turn that off before I go into sound. Wait. That's quite funny for me because I've had my phone on silent 24/7. I thought I better put it on just in case my sister Anastasia calls me back to not miss her call again, and it was a message from her. So, thanks Fidel. Hi honey. Okay, taking a full deep breath, and let's enter our sacred heart space. Bargo de osya dimahi diyunan prachodaya. Feel your intentions flow through you. Allow the sound to come in and weave its magic with you. We are made up of music, sweet music. Being mostly water, we respond deliciously to sound and to movement. So whenever I tone or chant a mantra, if you'd like to join me, I encourage you to create that movement and stirring of sound using your beautiful instrument. You've all heard me now. You know I can't sing. I've said it before. We can all chant from our hearts. There's no judgment from anyone. We just chant and call from our hearts. Ooh. As a family, we all call forth vibrations of unconditional love or higher to us, within us, around us, and our home and hearth. Take a full deep breath and feel the energy of love come through you. You are love. Love is all there is. I'm going to play one of my bowls for you now. This is one of my beautiful crystal bowl babies. So, I'm not used to technology around me while I do sacred sound journeys. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put the bowl here, and if you close your eyes, and call in your beautiful intentions now. So open to my highest good. Receive the gift of time this afternoon, courage, healing, aligning, centering, trusting in the divine universe and trusting in ourselves, releasing what no longer serves us, allowing it to dissolve, to bring in the new. Feel yourself aligning, lightening, brightening. Feel your energy field clearing, that which no longer serves you dissolving, the density dissolving, coming back into lightness, to brightness, coming back to all that your soul and creator intended for you to be in this life, returning to your joy, reclaiming your birthright to utter bliss, joy, abundance, prosperity, exhilaration in life, opening yourself to seeing your inner beauty, recalibrating, aligning, allowing yourselves to dance once more. And it is this dance that I will move to next. So just breathe with me, take a full deep breath. I'd love to just share a little of my heart with you all, and then I'm going to end with some more sound. Is that okay? So Paul and I just got back from Nepal from an amazing Healing Hands excursion, journey, expedition, magical carpet ride. It was incredible. I feel like a piece of my heart has connected deeply with Nepal, and that place there has expanded and caused the rest of my heart and my being to expand. And I feel so blessed because not only do I get to do this every day with the man of my dreams, I was able to share this with some of the most beautiful men and women I know. And that's some of the other doTERRA diamonds. They touch my heart deeply every day. And I watch them, and I watch them grow, and I watch them shine. And I watch them be challenged and suffer sometimes. And yet, when we're in Nepal, I watch them all just radiate their light and glow and give so much. It's like the everyday struggles, worries, concerns, stresses just dissolved. And we all had this amazing journey. Each of our journeys were our own. But for me, without sounding condescending, I just felt like the biggest, proudest mama bear on the planet. It was like watching some of the most exquisite beings on earth shine brighter than they ever dreamed possible. And that's huge because they shine so brightly as it is, not just in the doTERRA community, in the world at large. They go out on a limb and they share their heart's calling and they share their passions. And, you know, the essential oils that we work with are vessels, are tools. They're amazing vehicles to help get us there. But it's their hearts that carry them. And what happened was we connected with the hearts of the Nepalese people. And the biggest highlight for me actually of this whole journey, and believe me, there were many, was all of us together building a new school for these Nepalese children. It's going to allow 700 students to be there. So basically what Healing Hands do is they're part of doTERRA, and 100% of everything we donate goes straight into Healing Hands, and they pick projects to help. When the earthquakes hit Nepal, there was masses of devastation, and all of us doTERRarians got together and we collaborated and we all donated, and it was very, very fast acting. There were blankets given, there was temporary shelter built. Children that were orphaned because they were at school and their parents were at home and the parents were killed were taken in by the local community, the elders, mothers, families that were there took them in and started caring for them. it was a heartbreaking time. It was quite heart-wrenching for everyone, but doTERRA got in there and were on the ground and made things happen. So they collaborate with Choice Humanitarian and go on different adventures. And this one was to help rebuild this school. Now, there were, I think, about 40 of us, 20 Aussies and 20 from China and Taiwan. And what happened was we all got together and started building this school, and the local community were joining us. And I tell you what, I told you I'm going to come back to the dance. I'm going to right now. We were singing and dancing, or singing in Australian, like English, you know, just having fun. Sorry, Australian I say, because it is different to other English, I guess, but English. And they were singing in Nepalese, and everyone was understanding each other, and it was gorgeous. Oh my God, Jade, yes, it makes your heart melt. It makes mine melt too. There was no language needed. We were connecting with eyes, we were connecting with hearts, we were connecting with smiles, and we were connecting with the dance. There was so much dance and laughter. It was unbelievable. I mean, we're hauling rocks, we're digging rocks, we're making concrete, right? So you need sand and big rocks and little rocks. So we're hauling these buckets, and then the cement gets made, or the concrete, and it gets put in these, like, you know, metal discs, like this, right? It just gets piled with this cement, and then we pass it to each other. There's like this little, you know, chain gang of us. And, you know, and it's like, oh, heavy, oh, this is light, and we're all just, you know, saying, oh my goodness, this is amazing. I haven't worked like that. I watched my husband and my father-in-law do that kind of stuff, building the house, and here I was in it, loving it, and getting in touch with my Xena and my strength, and oh my gosh, it was so empowering. And all of us gals and guys were having a blast. So we're watching this school being built right before our eyes, and it's like they're building it so that it's earthquake proof. And so anyway, so that was one of the biggest highlights ever. We were in the village there for 4 days, and oh my Lord, it was phenomenal. The things that they were cooking for us and making, and then we did this amazing, beautiful gift giving from our hearts, and it's called Days for Girls. So when the young women, or the young girls, they're still quite young, begin their moon bleed, menstruation, they often don't know what's happening, or they haven't been educated. They can't go to school because they're trying to, you know, hold the blood in with rags, and blood leaks out, or the rags just fall down. You know, they're using saris that have been cut up, or any old rags they can get to. It's very embarrassing for them, and they can't go to school anymore. So what's happened is that they've got together and collaborated, and one of the wellness advocates created Days for Girls. I'm so sorry to whoever that amazing soul is. I can't think of your name right now because I'm so in the moment, but I love you and honor you. You are amazing. And she had this idea and got together with the community and created these Days for Girls kits, is what is the long story short. You can have a look at it online, doTERRA Healing Hands. And they have reusable sanitary pads. They are in beautiful colors. They get clean underwear. They get a soap. They get a face washer. They're in these beautiful bags so they can hold their bags on their shoulders, and no one needs to know what's in them. There's Ziploc bags in there as well, for them to put the, you know, the rag once it's been bled on enough, so that they can put that in there, put on a clean one, and then when they go home, they're taught how to clean it. They're taught hygiene for themselves. This is amazing. And then they're also taught self-defense. They're taught about the reproductive organs. They're taught about what happens when you make love with someone, and how babies are made in this session. They're taught, like I said, self-defense, which is amazing. We all demonstrated that and had heaps of fun. There were lots of giggles, just like here in Australia and America and England and all over the world, when, you know, the penis was shown and the vagina was shown, and lots of little giggles behind hands. Oh my gosh, guys, it was such a delight. And then they were also taught about sex trafficking, and not to accept money and sweet treats and all the things that they get cajoled with. Come for me for a photo, or to make a video, or yes, Pam, it was so empowering, honey. You would have loved this. This is so up your alley. And I tell you what, ladies, this touched my heart and my husband's heart and the heart of everyone that was there. The other beautiful thing they did was Rob Young, one of the founders and owners of doTERRA, and Paul, my Paul, husband, got up, and Rob got up with his wife Debbie, and Paul stood beside me, and each of them spoke about honouring woman and why women are so sacred and special, and how you girls are the most important, beautiful beings on the earth, and we need you on this earth, and we need you to stand in your power, to be able to say no, to be able to say yes to what you want. And these men were amazing. What they shared, there were tears, there were giggles. Yes, Jade, it was so incredible. It was so empowering. And guys, I want to share something with you. One of the young girls in the room on one of the sessions actually opened up and shared that one of the girls she knew was actually sex trafficked, and they never saw her again. She was taken from her village. Now, we can't judge how or why this happens. We only know that it does happen, and it's something that we're standing behind 1,000% with Days for Girls and the education they're bringing, and also Operation Underground Railroad, and there are other people as well out there that are trying to help with this sex trafficking industry. I just want to say to you all, find your heart's calling and align with it, because it will change your life. You'll see Chrissy Worthy wrote, having those beautiful men speak to the girls made me bawl. So beautiful. Honestly, it was so deeply touching, and so touching to hear the girls speaking and sharing. And you know what? Like I said, we're not all speaking the same language, right? We had interpreters there, but we're not all speaking the same language, and yet we do speak the same language, don't we? Isn't that so true? We speak the same language. We speak the language of the heart. We speak the language of suffering, of pain, of disempowerment, of abuse. We speak the same language of joy, of laughter, of dance, of celebration, right? So there was a time that we were able to join in our truths together. Oh, I love you, Pam. Yes, I know tears were flowing with us as well. Yes, Nairi, absolutely. It honestly, ladies, this was a pivotal moment for us. We're here, we're doing the physical thing, the 3D thing of building a school. But the emotional and spiritual aspect of that goes so deep, so deep. We're empowering them. We're helping to keep young boys and girls in school, educated, empowered, to believe in their dreams, to get in touch with their passions, to give them hope that they can live them. The way the communities embraced us, celebrated us, and honored us when we arrived there, their level of gratitude was off the Richter scale. Honestly, totally blew us out of the water. It was something that I've never experienced before. They created beautiful wreaths of flowers. I'm not going to call them leis because that's from Hawaii, but they're like the lei, yeah? And they used the most amazing flowers. Now, when you look at the village, the interesting thing is you can't see flowers around anywhere. They would have had to have hiked to collect those flowers. We're talking hundreds, maybe 1,000 flowers that were created, that were gathered to create these wreaths. And then, you know, we greet with namaste, looking into each other's eyes, which is the divine in me greets the divine in you. Or the God in me, goddess in me greets the goddess in you. It's our light meeting, right? Namaste. And traditionally a flower is placed there, and that's why you'll see so many flowers placed in statues and things in between the fingers for namaste. And they were filling our hands with these flowers. They were filling our bellies, our hearts, our souls with flowers, with their blessings, with their gratitudes for us being there. It was incredible. It was heart-wrenchingly, exquisitely transformational. You know, Nepal is a land of paradox, right? Because it is such a beautiful land, filled with smiles and some of the most beautiful people, and it is so impoverished. And Tibet and India reflect, in a similar way in this way. You often hear and see the images of India, and for those that have been, you'll see people everywhere and poverty everywhere, and still there are smiles, right? So it's like, for me, what I would reflect back to you is where can you find that song in you so that you start dancing again, and so that your smile dances upon your lips, even in your darkest hour. That you can always return to that moment of that darkest, in that moment of your darkest hour, you can always return to your inner light. I feel they do this so beautifully. They have tragedies, they have challenges, they have things happen that we could never have happen. Hi, Andrew. And yet they continue to live. They continue to smile. They continue to beam out from their heart of hearts. They give like nothing you or I have ever seen, folks. So when I say to you, what are you grateful for today? I want you to really feel what you're grateful for. Dig deep. Dig deep. And if you want to start writing it now, I'd love to hear what you're grateful for this day while I continue sharing this with you. You know, John, you're still reeling with emotions. Yes, indeed, as do I. You know, something that really struck me, and it's probably in part my naivety, I didn't want to face, I don't think, the level of pollution that was going to be in Kathmandu, in different parts of Nepal. I just kept thinking those Himalayas, the Annapurnas, you know, that the spine of the mother is there, those amazing mountains, surely they just like suck it up and transform it, and we'd have beautiful clear air and blue skies, and it wasn't like that. So we got to Kathmandu and you could barely see the sky, and it was very polluted, very dusty. You can barely breathe in the dust, and yet there's people work in it and walk in it and live in it every day. So what does that say for each of us? You know, when we're faced with adversity, what does it say about us and how we handle it? Are we just going to put that mask on to try and protect ourselves from that dust going in, i.e. the grime of life? Or are we going to take a deep breath, right, and be like the trees and transform that dust, that rubble, that pollution, i.e. our thoughts, into the light? And it's our choice, isn't it? It's always a choice. I think this is just part of our journey as humans. We are mere mortals. We are going to need a mask for the physical dust, but for the emotional stuff that happens, for the thoughts that collide in our minds, what is it that we can do to serve ourselves and each other? Where can we create an opportunity of transformation, of growth, of looking at adversity and seeing, of finding, looking deeply and finding that teachable moment within that challenge or adversity that we're being faced with? Think of some of your challenges that you've had lately. Can any of you get in touch with those right now? Maybe something that pushed your button, something that was said, the challenging situation. Just get in touch with that just for a moment. And now I'm going to ask you to unwrap it. And what I mean by that is take that challenging situation, person, or event, and it's wrapped up in certain wrapping paper, right? It might have a ribbon on it as well. It might have been a doozer. Yeah? Some extra ribbons, some extra sticky tape. So I want you to unwrap it. Hi, Zinta. Thanks, Jade. Yep, so family challenges. Yep, that's one of them. So just tap in and you can write down your challenges as we go. Just give them a voice. It often just lightens the load and releases it. And I want you to just unpack that and have a look in. Just kind of, it's almost like, you know, see yourself floating above yourself. Like pretend you're in a movie and we've got special effects, and here's our body, and our spirit self just rises above us and is detached, completely detached, not emotive about it, right? No emotional attachment at all to the situation or the person or event. And we're just going to look down into it and we go, it's really interesting. I can see myself reacting with hurt from something my cousin said to me the other day. Really hurt me. I felt like he was passing judgment on me, let's just say. So I want you to unpack that some more and then go, okay, so this is how I felt. This is the statement made. Now, how true is that statement that was made about me? Is there any truth to it, actually? Or is there any truth to the event that triggered me, for me personally? Most of the time, we're going to find there wasn't any at all, yeah? Now, what happens is when we react to something rather than respond, the reaction occurs because a part of us is triggered from something we haven't filled out. So we haven't healed. Healed implies we're not whole, but it's like that we haven't dissolved yet. Let's say dissolved. We haven't dissolved it yet. So we keep getting our buttons pushed by different people, circumstances, events. Okay, so Pam, you're saying betrayal. We have feeling imitated and needing to voice up for change and blessings despite fear. Yep, great one, Kate. Eldest son, family. Okay, so as you look at those challenges, I really want you, just as you're floating above yourself here, we're still in the special effects, to look at the teachable moment in it, to find the gift. Can you all do that for a moment? So just close your eyes and feel yourself in that situation again. I'm going to play my big gong in a moment and take you deeply into it. And then I want you to write the first thing that comes to your heart, your mind, your spirit, wherever it lands for you, your belly. And I want you to share what the teachable moment is. Okay, you all ready? Take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Feel the situation, the circumstance, the event, the person, the words, whatever it was. Just feel it for a moment. Don't buy into the story. You're watching from here. Unwrap it. Now look for the teachable moment. What was the gift? Breathe in the sound now. Find the teachable moment, which is the blessing, and return to it. And let this sound dissolve the density that challenge created for you. Breathe the sound right into your body. Are you ready? I'm just going to go and play my big gong. Feel the dissolving. Allow the dissolving. Allow the return to love. When we can find the teachable moment, we can always return to the blessing of what the challenge has brought. Yeah. So if you can all take a moment and write the gift that came from that. And I'm going to pull out the heart gong again for you all while you start feeling the teachable moment, the gift, the blessing. So as you write in your journals or your piece of paper what the teachable moment is, and if you're not in touch with it yet, you can spend some time doing that after this. Or you can share it on this thread as well, whatever you like. But allow yourselves to fully come back into yourself. The energy of focusing on what we're grateful for lifts our vibration. It elevates us once more. Yeah. So you lighten and you brighten with gratitude, and that's what I found these Nepalese did so beautifully. Witnessing it in Days for Girls and each of them returning to their power. It was actually so utterly adorable. Alison Johnson, I just want to pay homage to her and her husband Phil Johnson for a moment. They've taken it upon themselves to make up these beautiful bags for Days for Girls. They're here in Perth, Australia. And any of you can do it. You can get on the Healing Hands, doTERRA Healing Hands site, and there are directions there, or message me and I can get you in touch with amazing Alison. They can always do with more material or sewers or helpers there. But what was really gorgeous was the bags are really pretty that have been made. And at the end, a couple of the girls kind of just hung back and they were shy at the end, and they said to me, "Pretty bag?" And I said, "Oh, you'd like a pretty one, okay." So I opened up what was left. They were in a big bag, and I said, "Take a look and choose what you like." And I just kind of held some up and held my hands up to them. And they chose, and then they ended up choosing the same one each, and they put on their shoulders and said namaste and thank you, or dhanyavad. And on they went, and they were giggling all the way down that little veranda that we're on and down the stairs. It was so touching. It was so gorgeous. So Alison, know that the material you guys are all choosing is well loved by the girls. They're loving all the pretty colours and decorations. It's like Deb Young said, Rob Young's wife, she said, all girls love things, all pretty. You know, they're going to be looking at each other's and comparing the material, and it's true, it's what they did. So I'm going to leave it there for now. I know there's school pickups and things going on. I'm so beautiful and happy and grateful that you all joined me. I'm just overjoyed. Thank you so much. Jade, I'm just reading your response. That's really, really beautiful, honey. It is about, you know, as we do step into love, we stay empowered. Remember that. So it's like if we come back to the Days for Girls journey, we can unpack everything and find the blessing in it, yeah? So where maybe they weren't as valued or, you know, able to go to school during their moon time or at all once they started their moon bleeds, now they're going back and life is changing for them, as it will for each of you. So I thank you all for joining me this journey. I love you all so much. Feel free to share this video out, or you can get on the Food Alchemy YouTube channel. There's lots of other things there as well. You might enjoy some of the musings. And I've got some new and beautiful recipes and blends up on the foodalchemy.com.au website. So please feel free to get on and use them and make your own beautiful empowerment blends and pure fumes with the affirmations there. Just have a beautiful life, guys. Just choose in every single day. I love you all so much. I believe in you. I honor you. And I bow to you. Find the song of your heart and start dancing to it again. Because it is glorious. These beautiful Nepalese taught us to dance again. They reminded us of the joy of the dance, just to the music of life. And for that, I am eternally grateful. I love you all so much. Namaste.